Hi, this is Guarente from Palisade Compliance, and today we want to talk to you about using your Oracle licenses in a third-party, non-Oracle public cloud. You see, there's a lot of FUD being put out there by those who shall not be named, trying to make it difficult for customers to use their Oracle on a non-Oracle cloud. So we want to bust those myths and give you the reality. So we're going to bust 4 myths today. First myth. I'm being told that Oracle won't support me in a third-party public cloud. And that one, we can tell you, is absolutely false. As a matter of fact, Oracle released a support document in December 2020 that says specifically that Oracle will support installations in third-party public clouds. The support note from Oracle goes on to state exactly how Oracle will support them. And the one caveat being, and this is, classic Oracle being Oracle, if it's something Oracle's never seen before, they may ask you to reproduce that problem on a certified stack. Now, this is exactly the tactic that Oracle used when customers were on VMware. And think about it. If Oracle didn't support usage in a public cloud, that means all of those companies running Oracle in the cloud would be going unsupported, and that is just not the reality. They're absolutely getting support. Okay, the second myth is Oracle won't support me because my public cloud environment is not certified by Oracle. Okay, first of all, Oracle doesn't certify third-party public clouds. None of them are certified, whether it's Google or Amazon or Azure or IBM or any of them. Think about that. In addition to that, most companies are running Oracle, even if they're on-premise, on a non-certified hardware stack. That's right, Oracle only certifies a very small percentage of those hardware combinations out there. So most likely is you're already running on a non-certified stack. So if you're waiting for Oracle to certify the public cloud, you're going to have a long wait. It's probably never going to happen. But remember, think about all those customers who use Oracle and run it in the cloud. They're all getting support. Okay, myth number 3. You can't use RAC in the cloud. Well, this one, there's a little caveat to it. Yes, Oracle does have a policy that says they won't support RAC installations in the cloud. And guess what? There are lots of companies who use RAC in the cloud and they get support from Oracle, right? So log a ticket, roll out RAC in the cloud, log a ticket, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Now, alternatively, if you do have a problem there, you don't have to have RAC if you're in the cloud, right? That is a set of features that are typically required when you're on-premise, but when you're in a public cloud environment, you can get the things that RAC does, you can get elsewhere. So if you need the type of functionality that RAC has, there are plenty of alternatives. So don't let RAC hold you back. Okay, and the fourth myth is we can't use Oracle in a public cloud that is not authorized by Oracle. Right? So non-authorized public cloud. So there is a policy document that Oracle has, it's not in your contract, that talks about authorized and non-authorized. And this is coming up more and more. You see, AWS and Azure are listed by Oracle as authorized, whatever that means. And things like Google are not listed as authorized. So we get lots of customers who come to us and say, can I use it in the Google Cloud? Because they're not authorized by Oracle. And we say, absolutely, that's not part of your contract. It's just some made up stuff by Oracle. In fact, I would argue many times, it's better to run your Oracle on a non-authorized public cloud, right? Because then you're not subject to what Oracle did a couple years ago, is they tried to double the number of licenses you need to run Oracle on AWS and Azure. They just changed the number, changed the language on that non-contractual policy document, and then all of those AWS and Azure companies are now facing pressure from Oracle to say, hey, you need more licenses. No, but if you run on something like Google Cloud, you're not subjected to the whims of Oracle. You're subjected to what's in your contracts. So, and that's where you really want to be. You want to stay in the bounds of your contracts and not have to worry about these non-contractual policies that Oracle has. So we hope that helps you. We know there's been a lot of FUD spread around using your Oracle licenses in the cloud. Palisade Compliance has helped hundreds of customers in their transition from on-prem to cloud and hybrid cloud and public cloud and third-party cloud and even Oracle Cloud. So if you need some help with your Oracle contracts and licensing, and if you have any questions on whether or not you can use Oracle in the cloud and how Oracle will support you, please reach out to us, info@palisadecompliance.com, and we'll help you. In the meantime, good luck everybody with your Oracle and your journey to the cloud.